Hello and welcome to EduRev. My name is Harshmeet Sir. In this chapter, I will be discussing with you the composition of the Lok Sabha, that is the lower house of the parliament. Now, the parliament chapter in itself is extremely significant, a very high scoring chapter. If you look at your book M. Laxmikanth, by far the most important chapter and the chapter with the most pages is the parliament. That is why we will take it pretty slow so that you can understand each and everything. In every individual video, I will be discussing with you some aspects of parliament so that we complete it as a whole and bring everything together. To start with today, I will be discussing with you the composition of the lower house of the parliament, that is the Lok Sabha. Now, the Lok Sabha that we have is an extremely important house. The Lok Sabha is the one that is a representative of the people of India. As you know, the Parliament of India consists of three parts. When you say the parliament consists of the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha, that is the upper house, and the President of India. Now remember the fact that the President of India is not a member of Parliament, but he is or she is a part of the Parliament. The reason and the explanation is very simple. For any bill to be converted into a law, it has to be signed by the President of India. Without the President's signature, no bill of the Parliament can convert into a law. That is why President is an integral part of the Parliament of India. So these three are the components of the Parliament of India. Now the Lok Sabha, that is the house where people directly elect their representatives, is the lower house. We have taken the concept of Lok Sabha from the British Parliament. In the British Parliament, they call their lower house as the House of Commons. In India, we call it the Lok Sabha. As per the Constitution of India, the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha can be 552. It used to be 500 when the Constitution began, but with new census, with increasing population, we have increased the strength. Although we have frozen the strength as per 1971 census, and we plan to increase it again only in 2031 and not before that. And there are reasons for that as well. The major reason being that in the 1970s, the government of India started the family planning program. Because of that, there was a wide variety of population increase. In South Indian states, population बढ़ना कम हो गई. In states like UP and Bihar, the population increased further. So what we did was, as per 1971 level, we have frozen the number of seats in the Lok Sabha. We have not increased it. Now in the Lok Sabha, out of 552, 530 seats belong to the states, 20 belong to the union territories. Two other seats usually belonged to the Anglo-Indians, but recently the government of India has decided not to carry forward the reservation of 2 seats for the Anglo-Indians. Till very recently, Lok Sabha used to have 2 seats reserved for the Anglo-Indian community, where the President of India nominated 2 Anglo-Indians. अब वो reservation हटा दिया गया है. Presently, the current strength of the Lok Sabha is 543. Now you have to understand the fact, for the Lok Sabha, everyone above 18 years of age in India has a right to vote in the Lok Sabha elections. Now, in the 543 seats where the elections take place, in India, we use the system called first past the post system. This is the easiest system of election that you can ever imagine. It simply means to win the Lok Sabha election, you need to get the most number of votes. How many votes you get doesn't matter. So, for example, if there are 6 or 7 people, let's say A, B, C, D, E and F, ये लोग election लड़ रहे हैं. A got 20% votes, B को मिलते हैं 25% votes, C gets 15% votes, D gets 15%, E gets 15%, F gets 10%. ऐसे में, if you see this result, B will win the election because B को मिले हैं 25% votes. This is called first past the post. Now it might seem right, but if I tell you, the problem here is 75% people voted कि हमें B को जिताना है. That also means 75% people did not vote for B. B को केवल 25% लोगों ने वोट किया, राइट? तो 75% लोगों ने B को नहीं वोट किया है. So the majority is on the side that does not want B to win, लेकिन फिर भी B जीत गया. This is a system called the first past the post system, which we follow in the Lok Sabha election. In elections for Rajya Sabha, for President's election, we don't follow this system. We follow this for Lok Sabha because it is the easiest system to understand. In the Lok Sabha, we have reservation of seats for SC and ST as per their population in India. So after every census, when the population numbers come in, जब census में पता चलता है कितने percentage population है इंडिया में SC और ST की, the number of seats change accordingly. Importantly, there is no reservation for OBC and there is no reservation for women as well. Although there has been a talk कि women reservation होना चाहिए 1/3, but अभी तक नहीं है. Some other facts. The Lok Sabha elections take place through the principle of universal adult franchise. It simply means above a certain age, that is 18, everyone has the right to vote. Not like earlier stages, for example, when British were here, very few people had the right to vote. You needed to have some property, you needed to pay taxes, you needed to have many qualifications fulfilled, only then you could vote. But ab aisa nahi. Earlier, the voting age in India used to be 21, but by 61st Constitution Amendment 1988, it was reduced to 18. The Lok Sabha has a 5-year tenure. After 5 years, the Lok Sabha is dissolved automatically. There are re-elections that are held. And also the most important part of it, each state and union territory has representation in the Lok Sabha. Even the smallest of union territories, even the union territories with the smallest of populations has representation in the Lok Sabha. They are given at least one seat. That is not true with Rajya Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, some union territories do not have representation, like Andaman Nicobar, like Lakshadweep, like Ladakh. They don't have representation in Rajya Sabha. But in the Lok Sabha, each and every union territory, each and every state of India has certain representation in the Lok Sabha. Do remember this part of information. Now, before I end this chapter, it is my duty to test if you have taken out something from it or not. So there is one practice question for you, and I hope all of you will do it correctly. Which of the following groups has reservation in the Lok Sabha as of now? SC, ST and OBC only, SC and ST only, SC, ST women and OBC only, SC, ST and women only. Unless you have a short-term memory loss problem, I hope that all of you will be able to solve it. It is SC and ST only. There is scheduled caste and scheduled tribe reservation in Lok Sabha. How much reservation? Reservation in proportion to their population. So if they have 15% population, then they are given 15% reservation. If they have 10% population, then they are given 10% reservation. There is no OBC reservation in the Lok Sabha, and there is no women reservation. Thank you so much for watching the video.